Taurus, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Taurus, please. All right, so we have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. Your person showing up as the King of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sag. They're viewing you as the Five of Wands, okay, a little conflicted. Or what you're not seeing is the Three of Pentacles in reverse, okay, I can see why you're conflicted, Taurus. And we see the final outcome, the Ten of Pentacles. So you do have a happy ending here, though. I'm not sure it's with this person or not, but we'll see. And we see the Chariot card. Yeah, Cancer, Pisces energy coming through for you, which you may or may not have in your chart. But the Chariot card tells me that there's a breakthrough, and a lot of you, you're kind of holding back, looking at all the details. You may have been hanging in there with this person or this connection because you see or you saw a lot of potential here. But with the Chariot card, it's like, you know, she's packed up her kids, her things, and she's moving forward. So there's some sort of breakthrough. And I do feel a lot of my Taurus, you're in this energy if you haven't already fully prepared to move on. I don't love this person's energy. I mean, the King of Wands in reverse and the Three of Pentacles in reverse indicates third party player energy, somebody who's easily triggered, confrontational, temperamental, and you and this person are not on the same page. So I think you've been holding back and looking at all the details. I just feel like this is someone you've been giving a chance to. All right. We have the World card. Yeah, so it's like some of you, there has been an ending or you're seriously contemplating a new beginning. Maybe not even necessarily with this person, but maybe. I mean, it feels like you've invested a lot. Some of you may have children with this person, be married to this person, or again, you just see or you saw a lot of potential for this connection. You're viewing them as the Star card, Aquarius energy. So you may know that this is somebody that wants to heal things with you. The Star card also tells me, though, that you see a future, or you saw a future with this person. And I feel like you were like willing to play the long game. You were willing to compromise. You were willing to, you know, make concessions. You were willing to give them second chances. All right. And the connection, the Eight of Pentacles. So Taurus, I feel like we have a situation where you put time and effort into this connection, or you see or you saw a future here, and you didn't mind or you don't mind putting in the work. But I also think you're coming to this realization, like something's off. We're not really in alignment. Or this person's playing me, or this person's temperamental. They're dysregulating my nervous system. Some of you do want to heal things and work things out with them because you might have a family with them. Okay, you might have invested a lot into this. But I also feel like you're realizing too that, you know, you can't be the only one here doing the emotional labor. The Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So it feels like this person has genuine love for you. You know, that they're loving, they can be nurturing, they can be selfless, but that's not the energy of the King of Wands and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so it's like I definitely see that this person has their moments, Taurus. So let's see what's going on. We see in the making. So you're entering a new reality, opening up to new levels of you and where your best self exists. It's your time to shine, so don't hold anything back. Okay? Yeah, so it's your turn. You're stepping into a new reality, a new you. And some of you, it's because you don't have the weight of this connection or this person's criticism or their back and forth energy here. All right. We see the meeting of the souls. Someone will enter your life to challenge you, to grow and awaken your soul. Keep your heart open. Okay. I kind of feel, Taurus, for a lot of you that could be a new person. We might be speaking to this person. I don't know just yet, but I feel like Spirit's saying don't give up hope or faith. Okay, someone will enter your life to challenge you to grow and awaken your soul. Keep your heart open. Yeah, but what you allow will continue. Yeah, I think you're letting go of this person. Your boundaries are currently being challenged, so you may learn the art of saying no and remember your power. Now, for others of my Taurus, like say this person isn't a cheater, but let's say they're kind of half in, half out. You might not exactly be on the same page. It's about setting boundaries. You know, this Cancerian energy, the Chariot card is closely linked to speech, and sometimes it can be linked to Sagittarius energy as well. But it may be also this breakthrough comes from you being like, you know what? These are my deal breakers. And right now there's something here that's definitely not working. And we see spiritual growth. So Spirit saying that prioritize your spiritual growth and don't allow the cares of life to squeeze out your goal to grow spiritually. So that needs to be your focus right now. All right. With the King of Wands in reverse, this person, again, might be a bit of a player. They might be temperamental. This is a very my way or the highway energy. They might also have like one foot in the door and one foot out. And again, you can give somebody, you can hold space for someone when, you know, the relationship is new or it's blossoming. But when the time comes for them to show up, Taurus, they have to show up. And I don't feel like they've done that yet. Okay. Or they stopped doing that depending on this connection. All right, so we see the Ten of Wands. This person might also be somebody who's very busy, who has a lot of, you know, responsibilities. They might feel a little inundated at work and with family and things like that. They definitely hold a torch for you. And I did see with the Queen of Cups, there are genuine feelings or there is love here. Okay, we see Judgment card. You know, I do feel like your person is feeling overburdened by what's happened here. They're seeing you as detached and conflicted about them. So the Judgment card is like, I want to up-level this, or I'm making a decision once and for all to turn things around. All right, and we see Death card. Yeah, transformation. So, I mean, this could be an indication, Taurus, for some of you that there is a major transformation here because, you know, you set them straight, or you cut them off, or you moved away, or you packed up and left, like whatever it is. All right. But, you know, the Judgment card is also saying this person, you know, they may have shirked responsibilities, right? The Ten of Wands is like dropping all those wands in the middle of the street, making a decision to end things. Okay. So it really does depend on your situation. They see you as conflicted. They see you as detached, but they also see you as winning. They see you as at the same time, though. It's like you're doing just fine without them, or you're self-assured, you're successful. Seven of Swords, they see that you're avoidant. This person may be worried that you're hiding something from them. Like, you know, you may have just decided you wanted to be single rather than staying in this relationship. But this person's ego is definitely thinking, well, maybe Taurus is seeing somebody else, or they're doing something sneaky here. Some of you may have packed up in the middle of the night and left. I'm not going to write that off. The Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. So they're seeing you, Taurus, as taking a leap of faith, starting something new, and maybe even doing it behind their back, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean a new relationship, but like some of you, again, you might have packed your bags and left in the middle of the night, or you might have gone and rented your own place and moved out, or you may have just, you know, cut this person off, packed up all their stuff, said, you know, dropped it off at their house or left it out in front, something like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be that extreme, but it's like they do see you as like avoiding them, a little detached, really conflicted, and like even passionate about starting something new, but doing it in like a sneaky way or a way that you weren't completely forthright with them. I don't really feel like you owe it to them though, but it depends on your situation. And we see the King of Swords. Wow. This person is seeing you as setting boundaries. The King of Swords can be an ex. So they might, you know, a lot of you are in separation from this person. But the King of Swords is also somebody who speaks their truth. The King of Swords is somebody who also, you know, you can't bullshit the King of Swords. You know, this person can't come around and give you the same excuses as to why they're not showing up, or, you know, what they're doing when they're ignoring your calls or blocking you or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just like they're seeing you in a very different, very empowered energy. And we see the Six of Wands. This person is somebody who gets a lot of attention. They might be successful. But I do kind of feel with the Ten of Wands there, they may use that as an excuse to not show up for you. Oh, like, I'm really busy. Like, as if you're not, right? That's kind of the energy I'm getting. I don't know. I feel like slightly triggered here which is telling me that some of my Taurus, most likely you are as well, or you have been feeling triggered, because it's like they use their responsibilities or their sense of overwhelm to make excuses for not really showing up. But it was like, it's not like you're sitting at home, like, popping bonbons, right? Like it's like you have a lot on your plate too. Some of you, you're single parents. Some of you, you work just as much as this person. So there's just a few red flags showing up here. And for some of you, they made a decision to end things. And they thought that you would just come back or that you would chase them. They didn't expect you to go through a glow up. They didn't expect you to just focus on your, on your healing and on your spiritual growth. And they certainly, I feel like, don't expect you to be in this King of Swords energy, right? Which is, again, you can't bullshit the King of Swords. And they may have gotten away with that in the past. All right, so let's see what this person, what we need to know about this person for my Taurus. Some of you may have filed for divorce, right? It's kind of the energy I'm getting here. Child eternal. So inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. So, I mean, that might not be exactly what's going on here, but I do see this person might need to grow up a little bit. They need to step up. And I feel like you put up with it. I feel like you gave this person chances here. Okay. And we have pioneer. So this person, I do think is ready to try something new here. I mean, I do think they've made a decision that they want to turn things around, that they might want to transform this connection, win you back, or finally step up. I don't know if it's going to be good enough. But you have a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So this is somebody who, again, this person might be somebody whose identity is really wrapped up on doing things differently than other people. But sometimes that can be a beautiful thing. But it can also be an extremely independent energy that makes interconnectedness suffer in relationships. And it can also be, I'm almost getting to, like, this person might be one of those people that just doesn't want to do anything that they're expected to do. Like, there's always that little bit of pushback, and that can be very tiring in a relationship, okay? So let's see how they're viewing you, Taurus. How is this person viewing you? Storyteller. Okay, so ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So they love talking to you. They love hearing about your experiences. Some of my Taurus, you may even have more experience than this person. So it's like you're more in this energy of, like, adulting, being ready to, like, settle down, wanting peace, not really, like, wanting drama. And again, I feel like that might be where there's misalignment, because this person might be someone who still gets off on drama and chaos. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. They see you as the lover in reverse, obsessive passion that harms others and self-destructive devotion. I don't think they see you as, like, obsessed with them. I think they probably wish you were. But I do feel with this storyteller and this lover archetype coming out in reverse, they are a little bit worried that you're seeing somebody else. And that would be their ego. Some of my Taurus, that might be the case, right? But for a lot of you, I feel like if you've left this person or you've, set these boundaries, like, their ego's having a hard time understanding that you would just leave them to be alone and to have peace, then to leave, their ego has to assume that you're with somebody else, or there was somebody better, or, like, you were cheating. Again, I feel this person is a little bit trauma informed with relationships, and I kind of feel like they bring more chaos and drama, and I think it's something that you really, really need to take a look at. The Three of Pentacles in reverse tells me you and this person aren't really on the same page, and for some of you, this person wasn't loyal. Okay, this is third party energy. Now, it could also be friends and family weighing in. It can be work getting in the way. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic rival, but the way I feel like they're projecting onto you being disloyal or being with somebody else, whether you are or you're not, people who are loyal don't usually do that. Okay, so it's not their default, like, oh, you must be cheating. Right? Obviously this person may have experienced that in the past, and that can inform their decisions or their opinions about you or this connection. But I feel for a lot of you, it is a little bit of a red flag. And especially if this person was really kind of jealous with you and, making some stuff up, you have to be careful with that. We see the Eight of Cups in reverse. This person definitely wants to come back around. All right. And we see the Ten of Pentacles. They want the Ten of Pentacles with you, this relationship or the family back intact or whatever it might be. And we see the Five of Swords, and they really do want to fight for this. But I don't know if you're on the same page. I don't know if you want the same things. We'll see. Ten of Pentacles. Some of you, if it is really important, to keep the family together, for example, or, you really do want marriage and commitment with this person, the Ten of Pentacles is a really good sign. But for a lot of my Taurus, I feel like you may be finding this elsewhere. Okay, we see the Two of Wands. Take a look at the past before you make a decision. All right. We have the Fool. Don't rush into any decisions. Don't let this person treat you like you don't know what's up. And we see the Three of Pentacles. Everything's working out exactly the way it's supposed to. Now, some of you, like I said, there could be a reconciliation here, just depending on, what happened between the two of you. Because for some of you, they have made that decision with the Judgment card to transform, to change things, because they realized they weren't showing up for you or giving you what you want or what you need. All right. But for others of you, where this person was like constantly jealous, or this person was cheating, or you don't share the same vision for the future, they weren't showing up for you in the relationship, I see you making a decision to not move forward here. And Spirit saying, don't worry, don't give up hope or faith. You've got your Three of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Someone who's in alignment coming towards you for a strong, steady relationship. Your person is holding back right now, the Two of Swords. They still need more information, or there's still something they might not be seeing. All right, so let's see what else my Taurus need to know about this person. This is not one of the easiest reads, and if it's not resonating with you, Taurus, please check out your other signs, your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Also, I check out my North Node, especially when I'm dealing with soulmate type relationships. All right, what do we need to know here about this person? Okay, so for some of you, they did let third party interfere with how they feel or how they acted or behaved. All right, so friends and family, society even, podcasters for some of you. But I'm seeing putting thoughts in my mind. I also feel like this person gives not just you, but a lot of people push back about trying to tell them what to do. Now, I mean, there's nothing wrong with using critical thinking and wanting to be independent and not feel controlled. I mean, all of those are positive, healthy things. But it becomes unhealthy when it's like you can't set boundaries with somebody, or if you, for example, have more knowledge or information in a particular situation, that they still won't take any direction. I mean, that's really, really frustrating. So be careful with that. Wish granted, so wish fulfillment and motivating. Okay, so again, motivating is that Ten of Pentacles energy. I mean, I don't know if you gave them a lot by way of finances and stability and family and that sort of thing. So you do want to be careful what their motivations are. Putting thoughts in their mind. They might also have people, kind of gossiping about you or saying oh, Taurus is with somebody else. That's why they left. Again, I do think that they're a little bit susceptible to that drama. And we see shady. So sometimes this person acts shady. And to be honest, I was getting that early on in this reading. Okay, so I want you to be very, very discerning here, Taurus, with this person. And like I said, I'm reading for a lot of you, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But there are some red flags here for sure, okay? I think it was in the Scorpio reading. I think that there was something in the Scorpio reading that was the feelings are real, but so are the red flags, if I'm not mistaken. You might want to check that one out as well, because I'm kind of getting the same thing here for Taurus. There are feelings, and some of you have even really built something here with this person, but the red flags are also very real. All right. So we see that this person has insecurities. I'm not surprised. Manipulator, I'm also not surprised. And they might have dark hair and eyes. That could be confirmation for some of you. They may be financially stable, or they're motivated, by finances or to be financially stable. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Some of you share assets with this person. Like I said, some of you share family. Others of you don't, but like this person on paper looks really good. But I don't know, there's something here that's kind of rubbing me the wrong way, Taurus, about the way they've treated you. Okay, let's see. Or the way they were like not showing up in this connection. All right, let's see. We have true love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. I'm not doubting that because we did get the Queen of Cups coming through. Like there is real love here, okay? There are real feelings. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. So we did see financially stable, but we also see motivated by money. Some of you, there may have been an issue with like maybe you were helping this person a lot. Maybe they were helping you. Maybe this person was really stressed about their finances. That can certainly trickle into relationship issues. Okay, we can't ignore that. So you're going to get an apology here, and we see, but there's an imbalance. There has been an imbalance. And some of my Taurus, there's a new love or a recommitment. I think it's going to be up to you what this 10 of Pentacles looks like, if it's with this person or is it with somebody completely brand new. All right. And like I said, it depends on what actually happened here. If there was cheating, you know, was there dishonesty, or was this person just kind of scattered, not showing up, really busy? Okay. You'll know. You already know. You know where these messages specifically are landing in your body, Taurus. All right, so let's see what they want to say to you. I love you. Again, I'm not doubting that there's real love here, and you and I were too young. But what's interesting is like you and I were too young. I mean, nobody's perfect, right? But at the same time, it's like, okay, the accountability is kind of there, but they're also like lumping you into it, which, I mean, might be the case. I mean, it takes two to tango, right? But there's maybe a timing issue, but I also feel like we need to be aware here. You and I were too young. Okay, that's fine, but are you really being accountable, or do you always have to lump me into it as well? You know, it bothers me a little bit, right? This person's energy is, it just feels like when they are accountable, it's like not fully. You know, it's like, yes, I acted inappropriately, but you made me do it, right? Like that kind of energy where it's like, really? All right. So anyway, so they're holding back. Let's see what they would like to say to you that they might not be able to articulate. I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. Yeah. So they also know that they didn't act right here. All right, I can't ignore the signs I'm seeing any longer. I'm a better person because of you. Yeah, they're definitely seeing that now, motivated. And I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. So they're probably using other people's accounts or getting other people to look you up, or just doing it themselves. All right, Taurus, let's see what their very next actions are towards you. What are their very next actions towards my Taurus, please? The Lovers card in reverse. 10 of Cups. 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 3 of Cups. Some of you, if there has been or there was third party, they've ended that. And the Lovers in reverse, for me, I know somebody got on my case in the comments, like the Lovers in reverse is not making a decision, but for me it is. You know, the Lovers was originally the card of choice and having a decision. And for me, I feel like this person is making a decision they want the 10 of Cups with you for this reconciliation. They've ended something with a third party, or maybe they've just resolved other people's feelings. Well, not resolved, but they don't, they might have told off friends and family, like they don't care, how they feel about, you and them being together. But for a lot of you, they've ended some sort of third party energy here, maybe working all the time. We see that 10 of Wands. Some of you, it was just their work schedule that they were constantly prioritizing here that got in the way. All right, let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know? All right, if it matters, it deserves a voice. So if it matters to you, Taurus, speak up. Okay. Clarity comes from expression. Some things can't be resolved internally. Understanding arrives through being known. Okay, exactly. So you might need to express yourself here clearly. Nothing needs to be decided today, so you don't have to be in a rush here. And waiting is no longer neutral. Silence has become a choice. Ask whether it's serving truth or protecting fear. And for some of you, it's silence. For others of you, it's just waiting around, waiting for this person to show up the way you need them to. All right, but Spirit's saying take some time, allow space to speak. All right, a little bit of a heavier read, Taurus, but I mean, there's a silver lining here. I mean, if you feel like this is someone you want to work things out and there aren't any deal breakers, we see that in the cards. And we see genuine regret and remorse. But for those of you who are ready to move on, you also, there's a connection coming towards you. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.